Dr. Sapito, you're comfortable.
Turn off your phone. All right. Ready?
So
ready?
no,
Places.
So no interview today then, or hold on.
We don't know yet. You're gonna say we're waiting. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, showtime.
Good evening all. Welcome to Primal Sports Decks. You know what time it is? Every Saturday between the hours of 3 to 4:30, we'll be here talking our favorite sporting topics and bring it to you all across the world. We have to big up the listeners on Fit FM 96.7 on the Primal 4K app, and Facebook listeners all over the world. Thank you and welcome again to Primal Sports. As you know, we're in our purple outfit this week, Purple Pride. That's not coincidental because you know it's what's going on at the stadium now. It's the biggest, one of the biggest sporting activities in the world. I mean, after World Cup, it's probably champs. Yeah, it's probably champs. After World Cup, it's probably champs, where we see athletes from all across Ireland representing their high schools, going out there doing their best, and the quality. I was there on Wednesday, luckily to witness the 100-meter finals, but just to be there and see the quality and display of the athletes, I mean, it's a spectacle to behold. I would be there right now if I didn't have Primal to do, because, you know, I mean, Primal is vital. So we'll be there, heading down there after the show. But just to give you a breakdown, Kingston College is in the lead on the boys standing. We're not sure of the latest point standing, but Kingston College is in the lead trying to fend off the challenge of Jamaica College. So it's a 2-horse race there. And also on the girls' side, Edwin Allen out in front trying to hold off Heidel as well. Trying to go for, I think, their 9th title in a row. And Kingston College is going for Project 34 as the most, already the most boys champs victories and going to extend that lead this year. And I think both Kingston College and Edwin Allen will defend their titles. What do you think?
I think it's already written in stone.
It's written in stone. Well, I'll write it down on paper. So it's just to go in stone next. But I mean, just to see these athletes come out and churn and produce time and time. Year after year. I was sitting in the stands on Wednesday and I was saying, I remember when Class 3 boys would win the event and run probably 11.1, 11.0.
Sometimes 11.5.
And now, that was in my time, 20 years ago. And now, if you run 11-1, you can't make the final. And I said to my friend, what do you think caused all of this? It must be coaching. Because I think if those athletes that we had 20 years ago are prime athletes, just like the prime athletes now. And if they had the coaching that we have now, they would run the same times or even quicker. So I think coaching has broadened right across the board, improve, plus have more coaches. Sports science now in track and field in Jamaica has reached a level where, I mean, the output is ridiculous.
Nutrition is now a part of the program. We had them before, but now they are more.
Nutritionists, psychologists, the whole support team to get these times out of these athletes from class 4 girls go straight up to class 1 boys, all across the board.
When I look at it today, it's not just the major schools, the younger schools.
Yeah. I see Magati High producing athletes on the board.
I think it's motivation.
Alphonsus Davis. I
see this school and it's
I'm telling you about something is really
in the ear.
And somebody messaged me from one of my islands, Barbados. My friend said, how do Jamaicans do it? How you guys keep producing this? I said, it's in the room. But I was a joke. It's not in the room, but it's definitely in.
We're born with it.
We have talent, that is for sure. And I think the coaching has pushed it to another level. And I think in other sports, we can apply that same, it probably take longer. We apply that same mentality where we have top level coaches. And we'll see better results in all across the sports. Football, table tennis, especially basketball, you name it.
Rugby.
You name it. If we have better coaches all across the island in high schools, we'll produce world-class athletes. Because we have to touch on right away off the bat, 100 meter. Which one do you think is more impressive? And Krumi running 9.9 or Alana Reid running 10.92?
10.92.
I have to agree with you. I'm giving the edge to Alana Reid. 10.92. And it's a slight edge because running sub 10 is no easy feat for a junior athlete. So it's our first junior athlete to run sub 10. It's not our first junior athlete to run sub 11 because Tina Clayton and Brianna Williams ran sub 11 as a junior. But Alana Reid improving on her PB. And somehow I had Nkrumah running sub 10. Especially from the semi-final.
Most persons had it done.
What he did last year, we saw where, it is possible just for him to go out there and do it and say, can he really do it? So it was on the tip of everybody's tongue. And that's why I was there. I forgot stadium to say sub 10. I was like, all right, I have to show up on Wednesday. Because usually we wait later on in the week to go to champs. Right. Based on adult responsibilities. But I had to go there and witness it for myself. And I was sitting there and I was saying, I was there when Tess Valati break the record. Yes. I was there when Johan Blake break the record. I was there when Zana Lewis break the record. I said, I have to be there when Nkrumah break the record. And for the semi-finals, I was like, to my friend, better break it in the semis, Break it from now, man. So take that pressure off and just run the finals. And you're on 10-0-8, looking comfortable.
Very comfortable.
In the semis. And I was saying, sub 10 possible.
Could have gone faster enough.
Yes. But I think he's still learning the race. Because even in midway in the race, I see him looking to him left, looking, over shoulder.
Yeah, I think he could have gone a little bit faster than what he did. Probably 10.95.
There you go. But even so, he's young. His future is ahead of him. I mean, great thing he finished the race healthy. Because we see where athletes, tend to overwork and get injured, as Neil Garner expressed last week, where it's not so much of how much events you do, it's the workload you do to these events.
That one event. And I think Champs would have missed out on Serena Cole and Alana Reid clash. That would have been something
spectacular, because Serena Cole to me can run.
Could we have
sub 11 as well?
Could we have seen that 10, 8, 9?
Nah. Well, it is. It is possible, because what these girls are producing, and even so, that isn't it is now the national junior record, but it isn't the world junior record. So we've seen under 20 athletes go faster, because on the female side, Shakari Richardson has the under 20 record at 10.75, and I think Tobago has it for the men's. Not sure. I think it's 9.89. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one. But he has the record. Nkrumah is now, I think, the third fastest junior athlete of all time. And Alana Reid is now the fifth. But
what does he say about male sprinting in Jamaica now? Are we back on the rise?
I think we've been back on the rise for quite some time now with young Oblique Seville and Akeem Blake. It's just for them now to produce the medals, and we're spoiled, because we have the likes of Usain Bolt and Johan Blake, and
they have set this standard. I think
the bar is so high now for male sprinting.
And these male sprinters want to reach that bar. They want to go up there. They have that motivation.
It's not so much at times, but even so, the medals. Remember, we're in the finals. We have 3 males, 3 females. So to get back to that level where we have 3 males and we have 3 females, they go out there and we all hope for that 1, 2, 3 finish. But to get back where we have multiple athletes on the male side in the final, because versus the female side right now, I'm wondering who's going to make this female team.
I've been saying this a long time ago that we had
and not only the team, the relay pool, because Shelly, Sharika, Elaine, we have the youngsters coming up, Brianna, Tina, Alana Reid now, Kemba Nelson.
So who's 5 and 6?
Kevona Davis is out there, and we have athletes.
We have so many female sprinters. I'm wondering, will we see an early retirement for Shelly?
It's not early.
Shelly to allow these young sprinters.
Right now, Shelly's in her twilight. Shelly says, I think she might go one more Olympics, and with that 10.6 speed. Remember last year, Shelly was running 10.6 like it's nothing.
I saw her running at her
running 5 sub 10.7 seconds in one season. Some people don't have that in their lifetime, much as one, and she's doing that in one season. So she's I don't know. And back to what you said, I said she's doing a sports day.
Her son's sports day, and looked Impressive.
Because
if it was just like an easy stroll, I was like,
see, you might take up back your track career in your son's sports day soon, because
it's next week.
Next week, you go.
Next week.
You take you out next week.
Next week, Thursday.
My time will come in the future. I'm not sure about the running. I'm not so good on the track, but if they put up a 800 or 1500 meter race, because the power in the legs is not for track for me. It's for table tennis. But 10.92 in retrospect is remarkable.
It's a great time, man.
And that makes her now, I think, the 11th fastest female
of all time
in Jamaican athlete.
At a high school level.
At high school level. We just saw her won the 200, so she did the double. She running a -2 headwind to run 23.08, I think. Mm-hmm. A -2 headwind. I mean, with better conditions, we could see she goes sub 22.5. Why not? And that would be
something
another national record. But I think last year she said she preferred the 200 meters. Now I'm wondering if that's still the case.
And we still have that youngster down there. What's the female that came third? In the 100.
In the 100 race?
Yeah.
In the class 1?
Yeah.
I'm not remembering her name. I know Serena called in Tiffany James, Alexis James. But I prefer in the hurdles. Alexis
she's
James.
A hurdler, but
Peter
she
too.
has
the talent.
The talent of 100 meters as well, and she's there with them.
I think she does long jump too as well.
Yes.
I think she does long jump too as well. If I'm not mistaken.
When you look at champs, you're not just looking
and she's from Petersfield.
Look at that.
Huh?
But when you look at champs, you're not just looking at quality, No, we are producing quality and quantity.
Not just but from but then, because when you compare and you see the list of names that we used to, Samantha Henry, Sharon Simpson, Anisha McLaughlin, Sherika Jackson, Veronica Cameron had the 100-meter record, and now it is down by Edwin, but by Heidel in Alana Reid, and that record stood for a while. And
what, some 2 decades?
Yeah, I think 2003. She set that record. I'm not sure, but 10.92 coming down from 11.12. That's 200ths of a second. That's a wide gap. So 9.99.
She had Serena in that race to push her.
Well, it could push her forward or backwards, because when somebody pull up on you, it depends on how you react. But those two performances to me are the performances of the champs so far. To close out the day, we'll have elite performance as well, but I don't think it can eclipse those two performances. We have the hurdles coming up, the relays coming up.
James in that one as well.
Yeah, so
and the relays and the 800s coming up.
No, 800s ran earlier today. The hurdles, the relays, and 5,000 meter. But champs is in the back down by North Street. I'm calling it. Project 34
is already heading down there.
Project 34 loading. If by some mishap, I don't even think a hurricane can save them now. I don't think so.
I don't even think nothing can save them right now. But it's over.
But you have to put the points on the board. I'm just calling it early, but and JC performances, we see Smith Band, class 1 winning 200. I think he's a good running 20.90 shortly to run a PB in a negative headwind as well, to run 20.90. So with favorable conditions, you could go faster.
Very faster.
And test the record. Boyz' record is 20.25. But year after year, we see these athletes coming out.
And the thing, when I look at it, class 2, class 3, their names is there, just scrabbling around. This young athlete, I can look out for him. But then class 1, every year there's a set of class 1 athletes. You're like, where were they last?
You have to step up.
What happened in that one?
Prime time, you got to step up. Because it's there. And some people much later than some, because we see where athletes come. I see a class 3 girl, Natrice East. She lost to Terry Long of Edwin Allen in 100, and she wanted 200, defeating Terry Long. And she's first year class 3, and Terry Long is the defending champion in both the 1 and the 2. And she won the 1, and she lost the 2 to Natrice East out of Woolmers. And tall, lanky athlete. And I like those athletes who are slim and like Brianna Liston. I think Brianna Liston is one for the future for Jamaican track and field as well. I just hope these athletes stay healthy, keep pushing and looking forward. And I mean, the sky's the limit. And we see where right now the stadium needs space to build more statue.
I'm still worried about Jamaica's
30 years from now, the amount of statue we have to put up.
Itself would be a statue. Just put every
the Mecca.
Side of the stadium. Because when I look at the female side of things, I don't know how this team is going to be selected.
No, you select by your...
We're probably the A and B team.
No, you select by your performance, and you got to cross the finish line. And you got to finish across the post, 1, 2, 3. Just like in the trials. You know? Just Peter know if he has to make the team, he has to finish past the post. 1, 2, right, Peter? Because the third and fourth spot is up for... yeah, selection committee. But we check and feel who passed the post.
What I would love to know and get into these athletes' head is what is motivating them year by year, race by race to go out there and want to do it. Is it the record they want?
History. I think it's history.
What is motivating
I think it's history. To know that people before you did it, you can do it. And you're in a sport where, and the level you're at, you are probably unrivaled across the world because you're producing these times. It is unmatched because you're basically top of the world at your age group. When you compete at champs and you basically win, you are in that top percentile and your future is bright. So you know that right now you are aiming to become, say, class 2 champion, class 3, class 1 champion, whatever you produce, because the pool is so big and the coaching is so, expertise level.
We're not going to stray from the positives, but we saw some negative comments going around on after Wednesday night that class 2 100 with Calabar and KC and
that kind of marred the night a bit, but those performances with the class 1 girls and boys still eclipse that issue. I am not a promoter of violence in any way, shape, and form. For the mishap that happened after the race, one, we have to remember they're kids, they're youngsters. They're at least trained for a year.
In the heat of the moment.
Years. In the heat of the moment where you feel you're wrongly undone. You not only will react, you will react in a manner where it is not in the spirit of the sport or spirit of the school you represent. But
was there any apology from any of the athletes?
Not publicly, I haven't seen one, but I know persons close to the Kingston College camp, and they've spoken to the young athlete, and he in fact knew what he did wasn't really forthcoming. But in the end, he is a youngster, and he reacted out of sorts because he is not that individual per se, but
for me, I think any athlete would react that way.
To me, he acted way better than how I would. Because, I at age 15 was sort of a bit of an unruly character. Probably even teachers couldn't talk to me that strongly, and I didn't respond in a manner where...
I said to someone, a co-worker of mine, that if it was me, probably my spikes would be off.
There you go.
Because when you're on the threshold of getting something, probably my final year, this is what I want. I'm in 3rd place. And for some strange reason, I am now 4th.
And 5th. Out of stride, pushing to, And
you're right there.
Right there, in the best form of your life, train so hard, make so many sacrifices. And for someone who apparently, intentionally, impede your progress.
There was no remorse in it. It was like casual.
Somebody threw a spoke in your wheel and stop you from moving forward. You will react in that manner. My view is, it was intentional. On looking, it is not. That is not a fact. That he didn't come out and say he did it intentional. But spectators looking on it, looking replay, it looked not only unsportsmanlike, but definitely intentional. And there's no room for that in the sport. The athlete came good. I think he finished third in the 200 meter. I mean, he came back, he bounced back after stumbling and drifting across in the lane. But we see where the Kingston College athlete was banned from the rest of the champs, but now he's reinstated, so he should now run the 4x1. And
wasn't that a little bit excessive?
No, I think there's no room for violence. And Issa wanted to send a message. I think it was a bit unfair because he did go over the edge a bit, but not to the point where it marred the champs, where somebody got hurt or fists were thrown. Yeah. But there's no room for that, because I'm not saying yes, we're promoting that. No, there's no room for
banning,
that.
I think banning was a little bit excessive. Maybe take the points from both athletes and say
they did.
But
now Casey appealed and got back the 4 points for the 5th place finish, and Calabar Youth still disqualified because he ran over not only into the other lane, the other lane.
He ran in his
so he was in lane 4 and he came over in lane 3 and ended up in lane 2. I mean, that definitely warrants disqualification.
Both points would have been fair, but to ban the athlete for the rest of the champs.
No, but the Casey guy finished the race. He deserves his points.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, there's no room for violence in this way, shape, or form. So if you're going to take a stance, then remove the points. But to ban the athlete is just...
We need those points. We need those points. But yeah, I get what you're saying too.
The banning was just a little bit too excessive, and I think that's where Casey was saying, "Hey, you can take the points, but banning, it's you have to look at it from the athlete's perspective as well. We train so hard throughout the year, and something like this happens, whether accidental or not. It's going to fuel something. You're there. You're in the heat of the moment. Have been worse. Yes. And he actually reacted by just pushing. Because
in any sport, because I've been on tour and I've seen my teammates who are older than me have words with umpires, and to me the umpire was wrong. But because you are of that authority, you feel sometimes to exercise too aggressive. And we are on foreign ground, and the umpire was saying to my teammate, words that we can't explain. I was back and forth, and I was like, "Hey, I'm ready. I have to defend my teammate." And we are the players, and we almost were thrown out of that tournament. But luckily, it didn't come to that. But sometimes you have to defend your own.
I still commend the KC athlete, Ricardo Clark. I really commend him, because at one point they were in each other's face.
Yeah,
and he just stepped back and he went down.
And he was antagonized afterwards. That led to the second push.
He went back and he just calmed himself. And I think when he started to realize what just took place, he missed out. And that's when he got up and said, what is that all about?
But this instance now going forward shows that, we can't promote violence. And the kids out there should look to this and see where in the heat of the moment, sometimes you have to. That's why you have adults, you have trainers, coaches, to psychologists, to be around the athletes, to prepare them for future, for obstacles that will come in your way again. Because it's not only in sports, but life lessons. And to me, as I said, you have to come in an athlete for reacting in that manner. Because in 1981, again, there was a melee. A bit of sports history for you again. Kingston College athlete was tripped by a Calabar athlete. I don't know why it always like this, but I don't know. And there was a big melee, and that champs war fight broke out. And both schools were banned from the 1982 champs because of that. So Calabar athlete tripped a KC athlete in 1981, and I heard spikes come off, as you said. And fists were thrown, and
if this was
it was a big melee, and then the two schools were banned for the following year. Fast forward now, 40 years on.
Imagine if this was 10 years ago on a Friday night.
20 years ago.
20 years ago. Our time. Friday night. Something like this happened.
Students would be on the it would be pretty.
Friday night was prime time night, 100 meters, and this happened.
And also that I'll need to talk about the scheduling too as well. Because we don't even want to dwell on the negatives but much, but we just want to say there's no room for violence. We don't promote violence on either side of the fence. whether it's you're a KC athlete, Calabar athlete, and we don't promote unsportsmanlike conduct. To me, that was intentional. That, in my view, it isn't proven, and some other people share that view, but we don't want to do any negatives, but the positive of it is no room for violence in sports. In life, there's better ways to deal with situations. Scheduling. Big Friday night at Champs now, and there's no finals to close the show. Back in the day, 100 meter used to close the show. Not close the show, but was a premier event. But
prime for the Fridays, because that's when the students come out, the marching and the excitement.
But I think there's 4 hurdles run, but they ran to me a bit early. But you need, in prime time, for a final to be run on the Friday evening.
They're trying to promote persons to come out during the week.
But also I know persons personally that left Champs early because, not left, relays and hurdles, heats. I want to see that. You come up tomorrow and see the finals. So I think scheduling, a big event need to be on Friday night, man. Friday night at prime time, you know. You leave work, you say, all right, you go up a stadium, you go watch a race, all right. I mean, for the athletes, they schedule it where the 100 is run early, so you recover because you do the 2, and then you had the relay pool. So give the athletes more rest and more time to recover. Yeah. So with that scheduling, there's no problem to move up the 100. I prefer the 100 on the Friday because for one, the excitement in the stadium, the school kids there, Friday night, people leave work. I mean, the end of the work.
Champs
is right there. Stadium would be.
And we are used to the Friday being
more jam-packed. Yeah. But that's why I went on Wednesday, and stadium is more jam-packed on a Wednesday now because of that. But you can schedule it where you have probably the 200 meter, the 400 meter. I mean, the hurdles event, the medley. Imagine the medley. Medley, a big race. Yeah. Imagine the medley final to close the show on a Friday. Give us something for close the show on a Friday. Keep the people them interested. Keep a big event.
Because that's like yesterday.
It don't necessarily have to be the 100. Yeah, it don't have to be the 100. The people were there before, but people left. I know people are like, I leave the stadium because it's hungry hurdles leave and relays and all that. Not to shun those events, but those events, those were heats. But you need a prime time final for Friday, man.
To hold the crowd.
Yeah, man. Move up one of the finals and from Saturday to the Friday night or something. But hey, it's a window. Cause it's a price them. It's a price them
every year.
Heavy, but then again, when you look at it, a lot of fans in the stadium and to come and pay, say, for example, $20. No, not even $20. I mean, yeah, $15 to enter the stadium on Wednesday to see that 100 meter performance.
I would pay double time.
Wow, I mean,
double.
And I know people texting people be like, "Oh, you're missing out on 100 fans." Boy, I wish I was in the stadium, or I could make it to these Champs. Family members, friends. I mean, you saw that 9.99 Dr. Speed. You saw that 10.92. So, I mean. But even so, more for the students, imagine the stadium on a Friday night for that 100 meter. You need a big event, man. You need a big event on the Friday.
They can have something on the Wednesday, but that 100 meter need to be on the Friday.
And you saw that small blunder where the official came on the track with the 800 meter, class 1. That's why there were 10 runners in that final. Official, I was on the track and impeded 2 athletes. So they reinstated them for the finals for the 800 meter. With a lot of talking points on Champs, some negative, some positive, but I always try to draw the positives from the negatives. So officials need to be wary of. And I hear somebody asking, so the officials shouldn't get banned from Champs, seeing that, them have that mishap. But no, we're all humans and stuff like that happen. But the event, Champs is being well run. A bit of technical errors here and there.
Yeah, a lot of false starts.
But even from the technical aspect of starting the race and scheduling so good is kind of on point. But I mean, hats off to Issa. It's been a well run Champ so far. Little glitches here and there and room for improvement. But right now, Champs can't spoil. And KC Project 34 is looming, and Edwin Allen going for the 9th straight title. I mean, the athletes that they produce. You remember when Homewood would with the likes of Anisha McLaughlin, Salsa Slack, and to name some other athletes.
From Edwin and took that from Homewood. Homewood has smelled that trophy.
So, and I think with this victory from Edwin Allen looming this year, they'll be the second most titles for girls champs. Passing Homewood, so they're Homewood on the same amount now. So if they win this one, they're going to be behind Veer.
Still waiting for Heidel.
And Heidel is coming up, coaching down by Heidel. Soon. But we didn't say that. I expected it from before. But
what they're waiting on.
Yeah, but I mean, champs.
They're getting closer and closer. Year by year, they're getting closer.
Champs is expected people fly down for champs, like it's spring break, like it's Christmas, like it's a family event. I see people line out, a family come and line out, seat reserve Wednesday.
I hear that they want to change
it's a beauty.
Huh? They want to change the name of champs.
To
Kingston College Sports.
KC Sports. KC Sports Day, because
you know,
that's sure we put out athletes. They always knock us and say, oh, you don't produce Olympians and all that. But hey, we want the best for our athletes.
No champs, no.
We want the best for the athletes, and us wish them healthy, strong performances. And I mean, rep your school. I rep Kingston College, rep your school to the most, and have a healthy and safe champs. No violence. And we just, little banter here and there driving. But I mean, I see Teachfield on the track for comparisons too. Big up Teachfield. No mistake. I have a big up Teachfield. I mean, but yeah, we reach a midway point, and you know what time it is? It's time for sports commentary with the controversial boss himself.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. It can't escape my attention that despite the fact that we were all supposed to wear blue shirts, you guys turned up in purple.
You only repping Teachfield.
There's gonna have to be some kind of letter from the board, because, I'm seeing a lot of purple this week. But the Bible says, "Is there no balm in Gilead?" Last week I spoke about the reference by the Minister of Finance to the leader of the opposition as Massa Golden. and Mr. Golden did say some harsh words as well. So I'm glad to see some maturity coming into the politics in Jamaica. Maturity, not for everybody, but Mr. Golden apologized for saying what he did. And then they turned to Mr. Education, Mr. Clark, and asked him to apologize. And he said, I will do no such thing. What I said was misconstrued as a communication. It's a use of the word, a lot of complicated thing. And I realized why that man is a Rhodes Scholar, because the explanation that he gave was above my pay grade. Still don't understand it. But I want to ask you guys a question. You think that recruiting, in particular by a certain color at this table, has ruined high school sports? In other words, when you go to a high school, are we developing athletes now, or are we recruiting athletes? Is it that one school has a very strong recruiting machinery and is buying athletes from all over the place? I'm just asking the questions, and thing. And does it put a damper on their success? Is it that the brave aren't the brave aren't falling? They're recruiting. I don't know. This week Jamaica had a match against Mexico, and I can't not say something. Coach Hallgrimson, in his infinite wisdom, decided not to put, and I must apologize for Craig Butler not being here today. Craig confirmed he would be here, and I can't reach him. So Craig, we want to get you back, because I want to hear Craig Butler's thoughts on this. But Jamaica picked a side that left out the hottest commodity in Jamaican football right now, Whisper. And they went to Mexico, and I think they were underpowered in the front line, in the striking department. I think that Jamaica missed the exact opportunity, the exact thing that would have allowed us to do better against Mexico. We needed a creative forward, I think that there was no connection between the back line and the front line. There's a lot of long kicks. I never see Jamaica play so much. It's like I watching Barbados or Grenada play football. A lot of searching kicks and aimless clearances. There was one defender in particular, I didn't get his name, that he seemed to have a difficulty getting the ball up. Jamaica has a problem. This idea that the English clubs have now, where you work your way from the back with all these short passes, I don't think it's good for Jamaica. But we seem to have no way of connecting attacking play with defensive play. Don't know if you guys agree, but I think Jamaica missed Whisper. I didn't agree with Coach Hallgrimson's analysis of why Whisper, he will have his turn. I don't think he will have your turn, You take your turn now, you strike when the iron is hot or when the soup is hot. You know what I mean? And I was a little disappointed. In lawn tennis action, Medvedev and Sinner are going to be playing the finals of the Open. Alcaraz is out. I've been pointing out this thing, that Alcaraz style has him jumping all over the place too much. It's a very physical style. I think he doesn't hit the ball deep enough, and that's why people keep moving in on him and forcing him to be making all these lunges. And even though he's number one, I don't think he'll be a long-serving number one. In the women's final, which is underway at the moment, Rybakina is playing against Vitova or some other Russian name. Champs, for me, 2 records were produced at Champs, boys records and girls records. And that's great. And I hear some people saying that mean to say that Bolt has been replaced and all this kind of thing. But I've been doing some study, deep study. I don't just study shallow, I study deep. And I don't know if early success is any indicator that you are going to be a great adult superstar. If you look on the long history of Champs successes, I have a long line of them. I've been going through it. Not many of them matriculated to become great athletes. Asafa Powell, Asafa Powell was a good athlete. I was a great athlete. But Asafa Powell, a lot of these guys didn't do particularly well at Champs, And I'm seeing a lot of injuries as well, which concern me among these kids. And it tells me that a lot of people are doing multiple events, and that the roster, their young bodies are being stressed, all in the interest of producing victories for Kingston, for their school. Sorry, but I didn't mean KC alone. I wouldn't want to point at KC. I don't want to be a party pooper. But speaking of party poopers, that interference between the young boy and thing, the big debate is, did the boy stumble and then fall into the KC guys, or was it deliberate? Some people seem to know what's in the heart of the youth, that the youth did it on purpose. Bad mind, he was losing the race, and yet found the energy to catch up and trip the thing. I think it's a little far-fetched. When I watch the guy run out of the blocks, I think he never was on a straight line. He was listing from the get-go. Those of us, well, you guys never sprinted to any level, but sometimes you come out the blocks and you're not stable. I've seen it in hurdles a lot. One little thing can throw off your balance. And I think the guy was off balance and was probably, it was unfortunate, the incident, So speaking of the disciplinary action that took place, where the KC athlete was initially punished by Issa, and then he was reinstated and his points reinstated. And all that speaks to, for me, is the formidable power of Kingston College in negotiating. I don't know if I'm glad I have these 2 KC friends here. If I ever get in trouble, I wish that I have a KC friend to help me out, like the athlete that was at the thing. Who could use some KC friends? Donald Trump, recently indicted for what eventually turns out to be election interference, because Mr. Trump paid some money to Stormy Daniels, and now he's in trouble for it. But hopefully Donald will work it out, and soon he'll be back on the road. Back on the road also is Tommy Lee, Sparta. And that's my good news for the week, because Sparta was locked up for about 3 years for having a weapon on him. And I think Sparta, the space missed Sparta. Because to be honest with you, Uncle Demon was one of my favorite DJ and then when he left, Skilly Bang took over. But Skilly Bang is nowhere near as talented as Tommy Lee. Just letting you guys know, Tommy Lee Tommy Lee is a wicked DJ. Skilly Bang is not really a DJ. Skilly Bang is more of a poet to me. And but I don't know if Tommy Lee will ever get back to the level he was at just before he got in. And so the big question, and you have to watch this space, is can Tommy Lee come back to rule dancehall again? Because the other guy that went to prison for a while and came back, Buju Banton, I don't think Buju ever really came back. Because I will listen to old Buju. I don't know if Buju make a good song since that. So you have to watch this space. That's sports commentary. What say you?
Oh, boy. Always controversial, I tell you. I'm surprised if they don't mention the UFC this week. I'm sure some big fighter come up. You missed that one, eh? He'll be back. He'll be back. He'll be back on the show soon. But yeah, you know what time it is? Do remember the phone lines are open? 1-876-552-7406 via WhatsApp only. That's 1-876-552-7406 via WhatsApp only. Feel free to call in. Give us your sports take for the week. And I mean, I do apologize for the absence of my usual co-host again this week. He's still in Guyana, coaching the juniors. I heard they're down there gathering medals and doing good stuff. So when the results are all tallied and he's back, he'll give us a rundown of the Caribbean Junior Table Tennis Championships. He should be in studio here next week if you don't choose to run off in Guyana. I hear life nice down there in Guyana. Isle down there, Indians down there, one bag of tick, but Fred, food night, the boss like him run, right? But yeah, I mean, big up Coach Dale Parham, they're doing a good job down in Guyana, coaching the juniors.
Guys, you saw the beating that Liverpool get this morning?
Well, soon touch on some football, I tell you.
Anthony Joshua is back. He'll be fighting
to me,
Franklin today.
I mean, heavyweight boxing to me. Heavyweight boxing need a king.
It's Tank versus
Ryan Garcia versus.
It's the only fight that look interesting to me for the next several years.
Yeah, I mean, heavyweight boxing need a king. And, so I'm walking around the streets and people think I'm a boxer. I wonder if that is my calling. Because I've been watching some Creed and some Rocky from the other day, my hands are quick, My face too pretty for the boxing though, but I think that, but on a serious note though, heavyweight need better promoting, better fighters. I mean, what's his name? Gypsy King. Gypsy King is a good fighter, but he don't have much challengers. While Fury, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder was the only kind of dub fight where you would get inches. But there's no. But heavyweight boxing is missing some prime fights. So Anthony Joshua versus who?
Franklin.
So if you're not a boxing enthusiast where you're just deep into boxing, you're not going to really, watch boxing. Because I remember Tyson and Holyfield as a kid, and when Tyson bite off him ears, but the lead up to that fight was immense and pay-per-view, and people just, was a gathering. My family gathered to be like, all right, let's watch this fight. But now if I tell Peter about, and Peter was like, you guys.
Was that the one where the man parachuting in the ring?
No, I don't know. I don't remember which fight that was.
There was a Tyson fight, the man parachuting in the ring.
Tyson is a character himself.
Of tennis, you mentioned tennis with Alcaraz. The ban on Russian and Belarus players has been lifted.
Yeah.
So they are now able to participate in Wimbledon.
Yeah.
So you'd be seeing men
I think they have to sign some document or something. Yeah, I think they're saying that they have to sign something saying they're not a part of what is going on or something to that extent. But I saw the article where the headline where they're saying they're now able to play at Wimbledon, which.
But didn't Medvedev play Wimbledon last year?
No, I don't think he played last year. I have to double check that one. Or if he did. But I know some athletes didn't play though. I'm not sure. Probably Medvedev, but the ban is now lifted. Yeah, but to touch on football, because we haven't spoken about the Jamaica-Mexico 2-all draw. I mean, Mexico is now through to the CONCACAF Nations League with that result. We could have advanced if we had won that game. Well,
I did predict that Mexico would have scored that own goal.
I predicted a 1-all draw. So I mean,
I said to you, Jamaica cannot score 2 goals, and you said it could be a own goal.
Yeah, but he had Mexico winning
2-1.
2-1.
No, he did predict the own goal.
Yeah, I predicted a 1-all draw. So I'm closer. It was a 2-all draw, and I did predict Bobby Reid coming good. Give Bobby Reid a chance. Bobby Reid, that's a spectacular goal there. But in essence, Jamaican football, we need to play with more structure.
The game was they played good in parts.
Yeah.
Except for I think Mexico had control of the game. They lost a couple of times. They rain.
Tell me the parts you think Jamaica played good.
The parts?
Yes.
So until the first goal?
No. I think after we took the lead, we played aggressively for a little while and it looked good.
In parts.
Yeah. But the question is, what caused it? We got confident when we got the lead.
Yeah.
And we started to play like how football is supposed to play. And I don't know, it must be tiring because it's like after they got back in a lull and then allow Mexico all that possession. What's the coach telling them? What do you think the coach is telling them?
Some long balls. I don't think he's telling them anything.
He complained about the long balls. If you remember the match before, he complained about the long balls against
Trinidad matches.
Right? And yet, that's all I see the Jamaica people playing because our midfielder, Ravel was missing in action.
He has to be playing deep.
Ravel is playing too deep. There's no
Ravel tackling in the box.
I'm going to tell you about that. No, I'm going to tell you about that. Ravel is playing back too far to be useful. Ravel is best coming forward and playing, supporting the attack. Ravel not doing nothing like that.
Is Ravel the best tackler we have out there?
And can I tell you something? Wait, it's a 2-2 match. All 4 goals were flukes. I think that Bobby Reid goal was an amazing flux.
No, a peach of a goal.
It was so amazing. I think if Bobby
don't score normal goals for Jamaica. Yeah. Let him get the normal goals in the score.
I would have bet the host that Bobby Reid would never score a goal for Jamaica. And the goal him score was worth
Bobby Reid a decent player, man.
I've never seen him play.
Yeah, a decent player, man.
The first goal was
a fluke as well. The ball ended up
walked through
the ball. No. The ball ricocheted, it bounced around, it pinballed around, and found itself at the foot of the Mexican guy. And him tuck it in.
But that will show you how the Jamaica's defense was just so stagnant.
Yes.
No movement. They just stopped.
Third goal, Jamaica 2-1 was an own goal by Mexico. Yeah. The ball ping pong around and hit the guy on his thigh and fly into the goal. Yeah. Another flux.
So Bobby alone scored a legit goal.
Yes, and then our guy Ravel tackle a man moving away from the goal. Yeah. The man was going out of the box.
It's a penalty.
Ravel 2-foot tackle him, scissors tackle,
Penalty.
Scissors sliding tackle.
Definitely a penalty.
Madness.
Definitely a penalty.
And you know, at university I was a forward, but I knew nothing about tackling. And I'm telling you that my captain never wanted me back in defense because you commit senseless fouls.
Yeah. He was playing too deep in the game, and Leon didn't get as much service. Leon Bailey was.
What's the purpose of Leon Bailey? In the context of which he played?
I guess he was
just a decoy.
No, were they asking him to run at defenders? No. So my question is, were they asking him to run at defenders because nobody was supporting him? He ended up in pockets.
He had to be pulling persons wide, trying to get players, trying to get Jamaica to attack through the middle rather than on the wing. Whenever he gets it, he's trying to come in, but the Mexicans, they had him numbered.
Where would you say having a speedy winger is of no use unless the forward or overlapping person coming along with him. Having him go out there by himself and try worm him way back, that doesn't make no sense.
Shamar Nicholson was a little bit too stagnant.
Nicholson was not thinking aggressively. Him lean and play the ball back. It don't make no sense. That's why I said Whisper. At least Whisper show the adventurism to want to go forward. I mean, I haven't seen him play that much, but a few times I've seen him, he's tried the exact same thing. Head towards goal.
He's always going towards goal. But
exactly.
In parts, Jamaica played well. Except I think after the little.
Why do you dwell on the parts we played well? I want to talk about the parts we played bad.
In parts, in like 15 minutes of the game.
Listen, man.
15 minutes we're playing well. We're playing well. I like the mere fact that the coach realized that we had a problem at right back, and right after half time, he took out the right back and changed it.
Yes, that guy. I saw that too.
We took him out.
I saw that.
They were killing us. Well, they were killing us.
Yes.
And for the past,
and they took him out.
His past about 5 outings has been something like that. So I guess we need to look and improve in the right side.
We need to improve everywhere, definitely.
we
need a good defensive midfielder.
I think Ravel Morrison need to play more up front and less trying to be the last man controlling the first movement of the ball.
And I think we need to play towards.
So you think
he's better making that last pass, the lever pass and so on. He's better off doing that kind of game.
Yeah, we need more creativity out of the midfield. And I said there's no Maggie.
That guy Maggie was exactly like a Peter Gargan.
But Maggie doesn't tackle, and Ravel doesn't tackle either. We see when Ravel tackle what happened.
Yeah, well, that's my point.
So we really probably don't want Ravel to tackle. I don't know that Maggie
doesn't tackle. I don't have a book on Maggie. What I saw of Maggie is he's very good in possession and carrying the ball, short passes and moving the ball up the field. And right now, Jamaica have no method of getting the ball up the field. Short at the big kick. And that's why we had about 5 big long kicks.
A long kick and hopes to create 50%, a chance.
Yeah, Barbados football. And Grenada. And Cayman Islands.
I see improvements. They're trying to get better. It's up to know the coach.
But Tual in Mexico is a
great result.
It's a great result. We get to the Tual in Mexico.
All 4 goals were flukes.
Except, Bobby Reed was a peach of a goal. Man, come on, give Bobby Reed some credit.
No, I'm not. I refuse to. I need to see another shot like that from him.
All right.
I never knew he had it in him, honestly.
I'm telling you.
That's why he plays for Fulham.
Really? And he has goals like this on record?
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I must admit. So I remember when Carl Brown was on, I asked him the same question I didn't want to answer. What is Bobby Reed doing? Remember? I asked him.
But I just think the coaches need to fine-tune this team. And like I said, I don't see a reason why they can't make the next World Cup. He needs to find a strong 11 now and work with that 11.
The Trinidad team I saw that came here have a better chance of making World Cup than we do.
They don't have a chance.
No, but the Trinidad team was well organized. You agree, Ken? You saw any of the matches?
We're not organized.
Trinidad
are better than us.
They're better organized than us.
For now. Up next is the Gold Cup for Jamaica. So
yeah, we are in the Gold Cup. And again, the coach still needs to work out his starting 11. He still needs to work out
where's the goalkeeper? One to
Andre Blake.
Where's he?
Injured.
Probably. I'm not sure.
I was a little nervous with this goalie, even though he made a couple of he made 2 last-ditch saves. That's how I make, but I'm very nervous with him.
And that's why I think the Mexicans saw it, because once they had sight on goal, they're shooting.
Yes, some soft balls, any ball.
Shooting.
Yeah, because they saw that the keeper was vulnerable. He looked vulnerable to me.
I was like, why this keeper look so nervous?
By the way, Mexico hit the bar 2 or 3 times, Let me ask you a question. If Andre Blake was in that goal, you think them ball would have touched the bar? I don't think so. Andre Blake covered the entire range.
Mexico shoot from anywhere again. And I think that's the problem with Jamaica. We want to tick-tock the ball and try to work it into the box.
But next up, we have Guatemala, April the 15th. In New York. We play Guatemala in a friendly. So that's another opportunity for Coach Algrimson to figure things out, because the Gold Cup is in June. June 24th to July 16th. So right around the corner.
Leon Bailey said something, He said that he'd played in front of big crowds, but he said this was the greatest experience playing in the Azteca. Now you imagine a man like Whisper getting a chance to play in the Azteca. That would have been what the youth need, the 20%. You know that little push you get when you get good experience? Yeah.
Or carry him.
Make the youth sit down on the bench.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah. Was it expensive to take him in particular? I don't know.
He didn't make the squad.
Them should have picked the youth.
Probably had other engagements.
Hopefully we can get Craig back next week and hear one thing. But I think that youth should have gotten a game.
But as I said, Guatemala up next April 15th, friendly in New York, New Jersey. And then the Gold Cup in June.
Why is that match being played in New York?
Where you want them to go? Guatemala?
Stadium is right there.
Why you say we need some football in Jamaica?
We need some football to be played here.
What about the diaspora in New York? That side big too.
Fly down.
I share your thought, because I remember when West Indies wanted to play some one-day matches in Florida. I really think it's heresy.
That's different.
No, mate. I think West Indies wanted to play a home match against either India or somewhere in Fort Lauderdale. And I'm saying, I don't really agree with those kind of things. They're saying it's the dollar. You know what I mean? But no, carry the match come Jamaica.
The match come play here.
Hey, I don't. That's above my pay grade. I don't set the matches, but nothing would be wrong with a match in the stadium.
Better fields.
They have better fields in America. No,
definitely.
Guatemala is not big of a match that needs. Both islands are in the Caribbean. Why are you taking the match to the US?
Guatemala up no, man. Yucatan Peninsula, Central America.
But we're playing in Guatemala then.
No.
Bring it here.
A lot of Spanish influence and Jamaican influence in New York region. So you can fill the stadium.
But I want to talk.
Who benefits from that? When you play a match in another country?
Probably both countries. Probably both federations.
Both federations probably making some money.
Probably both federations.
Probably being on some TV station somewhere. It's like all this women's cricket and so on. Somebody watching it, just not us. all this, these little women's leagues in South Africa and wherever else them playing. Somebody's watching it.
Why is that you?
Not us.
We follow though. We
There are
follow.
Indians in the diaspora who watch cricket.
Yeah, definitely.
Far more than we do.
Yeah.
Them watch cricket. So there's probably
I
some.
tell people I'm from Jamaica and we're like, oh, Chris Gayle.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Big
my
team.
favorite player. I'm like,
But
Reverend Paul.
Gayle is well loved all over the subcontinent. you
Yeah,
know.
man. Big.
Them love him. Yeah, man.
king over there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So moving on football now. I watched a match this morning between Man City and Liverpool.
I watched that match too.
And I tell you, Man City, all right. Man City playing some football.
That second half was a lesson in football.
Yeah,
you know.
man.
The ball movement.
Knock and move.
Ball movement.
And Haaland don't even play.
But I have a question. Why does Liverpool always score early? All the matches I see of recent, they don't seem to have a problem showing what they have, you know.
But remember what they did to Manu a couple of weeks ago?
Hey.
How much was it? What was the score?
It was 7. Yeah, 7-1. Yeah.
Hallelujah. Yeah. And then now to become schooled by Man City 4-1, I was like, and I was sitting there watching the match and I'm saying, Man City playing this wonderful football. And you know, Man City probably don't win a title this season.
But they'll be winning the title.
Which title?
EPL.
No, it is what Arsenal do to lose this morning.
That's Leeds.
Arsenal now let up off
What
of
was the
it.
score to Arsenal and Leeds?
4-1.
I think
I didn't see that
Arsenal's
much.
running it a little bit harder.
Arsenal
City,
has 9
So
matches to go.
now? What's the gap?
8 points,
8
but with a
points,
match in
right.
hand. Man City has a match in hand with 8 points. And
They
Arsenal
have to
has
play back Man City.
That's unassailable.
and
That you'd have to lose.
9 matches to go though. 9 matches to go,
You would
but
have to lose
They only need
50% of
3
your
games.
matches.
They only need to lose 3 games.
Yes. No. Yeah, and in losing those 3, the other guy has to win his 3.
They have to play Man City and they have to play Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think a couple more
It's
games.
going to be
Their
close, but
running is-
Arsenal's still going to win.
Their running is a little bit harder. I think that's where City has the edge. And my question is, City play better football with Haaland or without Haaland?
City just play good football.
I think they play.
Alvarez is good.
No, I disagree. It's just too easy for Haaland to score. But they
I
play.
think Haaland is a target man.
Yes.
City, but without because
I see the likes of Bernardo Silva coming off the bench. I mean, Bernardo Silva can start in any team in the world, in any country, any club.
You know what make Haaland?
Because
You know why
Phil
Haaland is such a
Foden's
great
injured.
striker?
Jack
You know
Grealish.
what I've been observing with Haaland? He have the reflexes of a table tennis player.
The man, the ball is landing on foot.
No, it's not the ball lying on his foot. He's positioning. All right, Rodman.
You know, say hit the nail on it.
Yeah,
Because I play
Rodman-
football every Sunday and I wonder
Yeah.
how I score.
That's what I'm telling you. Rodman,
Yeah,
if
is
you
it-
watch the rebound, Rodman study how the ball bounce off that rim. And he is in position long before everybody can know the ball going. A table tennis player watching the ricochet at the
Everything.
ball. And I played for my university, and I may tell you.
Yeah.
So when you're able to watch the ball, the spin of the ball, and know where to be more than these other guys.
The likelihood of the ball coming here
Yeah.
versus there.
I watch Haaland and him watching the ball and he rebound off the keeper, and he's always ahead of the people.
The IQ of
think
playing
City
ball sports.
Haaland is a special thing, man.
People want to adapt to all these ball sports so easy, you know. It's a
We
table
have to make it
tennis.
about you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you. No, but you didn't know that good table tennis players can. It's not so more about me because you were talking about university career.
Yeah.
My football career is taking off now.
I see what you mean.
Coach Algerson need to see me up by Duns on a Sunday evening.
Yes.
You know.
You play up there.
I'll tell you, I can't stop scoring.
They take over
Works for
Bobby.
me.
Yeah,
Works for me.
Bobby
I agree with you. People
got done me.
underestimate the role of reflexes in being a good striker.
Yeah.
They talk about speed and
So,
power. It's about
Haaland
reflexes.
isn't back to Haaland. Haaland isn't
Yeah.
lucky.
Yeah.
Haaland is reading the game and reading the likelihood of the ball coming here versus there,
yes.
being in space,
Yes.
playing off the shoulder,
Yes.
coming. He's like
If you're,
he's just always
I don't
there.
know if you used to watch old time football, Gerd Muller,
Yeah,
right? And Romario, right? Those guys know where the ball going.
yeah.
They find themselves in some little positions.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal All Sports. Good afternoon. Hearing you loud and clear this week. You fix your phone issues because I know you're a person that always has phone issues, man. I'm hearing you loud and clear. You come right in stream. Usually when you call, you know, there's kind of a glitch there, but I'm hearing you clear. You fix your phone issues. You always have phone issues, Mr. Madden. Good afternoon, Mr. Madden. I notice you call in as soon as I say. Yeah. Plus, I notice when you call in as soon as I mentioned Liverpool destroying a side a couple of weeks ago, you call in. I don't know if that's what you're calling to defend, but
No.
oh, okay.
I just disappointed I couldn't get an 8 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
It should have been more.
Yeah.
For the time being, we'll accept it.
Man, what say you today?
Boy, I just listening, I just listening in. I like how the program going on. I hear the controversy was stirring up some controversy over there. I didn't know that he was such a entertainment connoisseur.
Yeah, tell you.
So part time, you're not glad them free, Tommy Lee.
Say that again.
Aren't you glad that they're free, Tommy Lee?
I don't like anyone being incarcerated, so from that.
No man, the man is a talent. He's a talent, no doubt.
As far as his contribution to the entertainment sector and whether or not I'm happy he'll be back to make music, boy, the jury's still out on that one. He's a great talent, we're not going to dispute that, and he makes interesting songs, to say the least. Very good talent, but I mean, is that what dancehall needs nowadays? I don't know.
Enough for the dancehall talk. give us your sporting topic of the week. What was the most enthralling thing that happened this week for you?
This week, well, I'm not gonna lie, the champs fresh in my mind.
Okay.
The most extraordinary thing would be the sub 10 and the sub 11.
Which one you think is more?
Last one at champs,
Which one you find more impressive? I mean, both are impressive. Which one you give the edge? Not to compare both, but I'm just saying.
So we always knew Nkrumah was fast, right? And we were waiting on him to deliver. So we all knew Nkrumah was fast. And it's impressive that he ran the sub 10 with obviously some reserve in the tank, right? But little Miss Anna, her sub 11, it's really, boy, that one strike me.
Yeah.
That one is the more impressive of the two for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, she's been running good times coming up over the years. But any athlete to go sub 11, as you said, whether it's Alana Reid, whether it would be Serena Cole, I mean,
No. All right. Paulton.
But she is now the fastest Jamaican under 20 female athlete ever.
As is Nkrumah.
Yeah, but Nkrumah been knocking on the door from.
No, but I have a question. Do you think that
but it was Nkrumah before.
Wait. You think that Nkrumah is going to be a rival to Tebogo?
Yes.
You think so?
Who else is the heir apparent?
I'm making a little bit.
No, I mean on the senior level.
Tebogo is going to become a serious adult athlete, and Bourgeois Nkrumah will not. Yeah, I have a look at them, and I don't think Nkrumah is going to grow any taller, and I think that Tebogo is going to grow taller.
Yeah,
and I think Tebogo will become a threat even to Usain Bolt 100 and 200 records. While I think
Nkrumah will be a 100-meter specialist. He'll definitely run faster.
He's too small.
Nesta Carter ran 978.
Tyson Gay was small.
Tyson Gay is not small. What are you talking? Tyson Gay? Nah, Tyson Gay is not small. Tyson Gay is average.
Nesta Carter is
medium. Nesta Carter is about 5'10".
No, which 5'10"? No,
Nesta Carter
is not 5'10". Nesta Carter is not 5'10".
Nesta trained up UTEC.
I know.
Nesta is about 5'10".
I know Nesta Carter from high school. Nesta Carter is about 5'7".
No.
5'7", Michael Freighter.
Michael Freighter wasn't that short.
No, Michael Freighter is short. Michael Freighter short.
Michael Freighter probably taller than Nesta Carter.
Michael Freighter, his wingspan is about 8 feet from one arm to the other.
Nesta Carter is about 5'8".
Nesta isn't that taller.
Check Nesta Carter.
I have to check it. But even so, I mean...
Look O'Neal over there. So you're not even 5 feet. What are you talking about?
And then how tall is Nkrumah? Nkrumah is around that 5'8", thereabouts.
I think Nkrumah is too small and will not grow any bigger. I look at his physiology, and I don't see him getting.
Mr. Carter is 5'8".
Next size 5'8".
5'8".
I'm 5'6".
Maybe in spite.
No, he's 5'8".
I don't know.
The basketball 5'8".
I tend to agree with you on that one, Peter, that I don't think Nkrumah is going to grow much taller, if at all.
I don't see it.
Yes.
And Michael Frater is taller than Mr.
Of
Carter.
course, Michael Frater.
Oh, the same 5'8" and a half.
Are these guys that small?
Yeah, they're that small. And they run sub 9'8", 9'9", 9'7". So
I saw something that Bolt was 6'4", right? But I don't think Bolt is more than 6'2".
no, Bolt is taller than 6'2". I'm 6'1".
You're 6'1"?
Yeah, Bolt is 6'5".
You're probably NBA 6'1".
No, I'm 6'1". No. I stand up beside Bolt already. Me and Chris taller than me.
Yeah.
So Chris
No,
is around
Chris and you
6.
same height.
Chris is 6'2". Chris,
Yeah.
I'm Bolt taller than us.
Bolt is taller.
Yeah. By
Okay.
a good.
I haven't seen him in a while,
Mm.
and you know, to me, his back is curving like this all the while. So maybe if he's straightened up, he could be taller.
He has scoliosis.
Yeah, he has scoliosis.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I heard that.
That's the reason why I had to retire.
But to me, I'm looking at him and he's not standing straight. Yeah, you notice it? Asafa
spine is
more,
curved, like.
Asafa more hold himself straighter.
His spine is like curved inward, so it kind of pushes it.
But I mean, running sub 10, separate and apart from a height at this stage.
Yes.
And to me, he can go faster because you see him running the race. To me, I'm kind of tired up at the end at each race. So
and the next thing now, that my next peeve, and I have a lot of problems with athletics, right? I don't believe a man, because a man looks relaxed and eases down and makes 9.9, that means him can do 9.7.
no.
I have discovered that, especially, and the best example of it is Asafa.
That 200th of a second is...
Asafa runs all these heats and rounds and eases down going into the semis. Agreed?
Yeah.
But, and then runs 10 seconds in the finals. You know, many times I see him do that.
That's to manage the runs.
It's a mental process.
Doesn't matter. That easing down, and how easy. I don't know if Bolt could have gone any faster. Easing down. That's why I say you must take your opportunity when you get it.
Yep.
Jump the jump, run the run when you have the chance.
The feet keep turning. All you see they're looking around the feet. They're still going
It's the
fast.
same pace,
Yes.
but they're still turning.
But running, as I said, running this time, it's you can only get faster. And
I'm impressed.
I mean-
I'm not saying I'm not impressed enough.
and there will be other athletes coming up.
But I remember
tomorrow.
Jamaica has produced so many young boys at champs. Steve Mullins and just call some names. And they never became...
No, Steve Mullins was on the scene, but he got banned. He got banned
Didn't
for.
he take some juice to speed up?
I don't know if it was to speed up.
That's the only purpose of juice.
I heard it was for other activities, but it was on the ban list. It wasn't to speed up. Because if it was to speed up, he would have run faster.
I'm sorry, caller. I'm sorry. Say again.
I'm saying the most impressive junior I saw at champs that kind of disappeared off the scene, so to speak, was Ronaldo Rose.
I mean,
There have been many.
yeah, there have been many. I've seen more impressive than Ronaldo Rose.
Mark was one, but we don't know.
But as you said, the injuries, management, the team, some go to college.
There was Matthew Palmer as well, Andre Wellington.
There are a lot of athletes. There are a lot of athletes.
But injuries.
If you go through the list and the champion,
Especially on the male side.
yeah. So
I don't know. I think the guys who win champs, they look to be very small and whingy. And the guys who win at the Olympics tend to be a little bit bigger physically. That's just my surmise from them. And I don't know if Oblique Seville, who it looks more like a champs winner to me. I only hope he becomes a big professional athlete. He didn't run much last year, you know. You know, and so I don't know if he have some secret sauce to produce it this year. I don't know.
yeah. But
The coaching, you know, and his training.
Well, it's a choice. Is that the big coach?
I'm sure this is not it for Nkrumah, and I know he will go faster. As I said, with sports and track and field, and to transfer from junior to senior is not as easy as it looks, but definitely this time shows that he'll be on a lot of people's eyes. That will become.
So what you say? Go pro next year? Go pro?
Why not? There will be a lot of pressure, and give him time. He's still young. You don't expect him to be hard. Since him run 9-9 or be in the Olympic final next year. No, there's progress.
Because Olympics is gonna run up on us early, you know. One season.
Yeah. We have to nurture the athletes and don't pressure them too much and give them time. Not because now Alana Reid run 10-9 we're looking for her to be running the Olympics or the World Championships later on this year or be in the relay pool. Give them time, nurture them, try to keep them healthy, don't overwork them, set them in a right camp, and I mean, hey, once they stay healthy, they will go faster.
Just need them to stay healthy.
And not only physically, mentally as well. Because the mental aspect of sport is tough, you know. And I said to transfer from junior to senior and be like, oh, I did this as junior, I'm a star. You know, you walk around, you have that chip on your shoulder, you go high school and you be like, and then now when senior ranks come now, and if you put training, you go in a Shelly camp and you be like, all right, them treat you like, oh, he's a normal person. But when the treatment you get now as a junior is, all right, oh, come on, Lana, okay, come on. You know, that's special. And then when you become a senior now, you were like, okay.
What next?
What next? What do I do now? How coach I did me so tough? How coach I make me run 10, 1500 meter, and when me a junior, when me the Heidel now, me I run 5. And now Stephen Francis tell me for run 10. But Stephen Francis is the man. I didn't know what he's doing. But some athletes be like, I don't need to do that because me run this time and me never do so much 1500 meter. But that man have the plan. So with that right mindset and that mentality and in that right camp, and you nurture the athletes. These athletes, if them don't do it, guess what? Somebody behind them gonna come do it, you know. Because the same Serena Cole, the same Alexis James, DeAndre Daly, have to big him up, because he run 10.14, one of the fastest times at champs. And him come second. And that's his PB. So we're looking at the winner. We have to look at the second place, who run a PB as well, who run one of the fastest times at champ as well. And he has an upside, like him can get taller. Him more of a built of a sprinter. So we're looking here and we're looking there. If you look at the whole pool, and as I said, with the right mindset in the right camp, DeAndre Daly might be the next big thing. 10-1-4, a big time. Second place, a big time. So nurture the youth them, and as I said, the new champs records now is 9.99 and 10.92. If you can top that, why I tell you, that it is what it is. Yeah. So that's my take on it. So the great juniors don't necessarily become great seniors, as you said, Peter, but they definitely have the potential or the right mindset.
Yeah.
To make that transition, somebody have to guide them. Just like Bolt said in an interview, him give advice one time to somebody, never named the athlete. And the athlete never take it away. I said, I'm not giving no advice then. Because if me and the man, I know how things work, I may tell you, and you react this way, it not gonna work. And then the athlete now, when I call the name, the athlete now is by the wayside.
Yeah, I think I remember.
And had a promising future, got champs and break record and take off shirt and.
But that is the typical Jamaican
sign and one bag of things.
Yeah, that's the typical schoolboy reaction.
Yeah, so the transition and that youth is definitely talented. Mash up chance. And we expect a lot from him, but look who come up. Akeem Blake now, where we never wasn't on that on our tongues.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oblique Seville.
No. And that's one of the things, you know. Jamaicans love short-term success.
Yeah.
So some medals are champs. Because you come back to your school or thing with medals, it might seem more important than becoming a pro athlete later on. Yeah. I take a lot more work and skill and all these things to become a pro athlete than to be a talented junior.
Yeah.
There's no charge of talented juniors.
No. But to make that transition is definitely, you know what I mean. Any more thing, Carla?
Have we lost?
Not for you this week, you know, I mean, I was expecting you guys to touch a little bit on the NBA, but there's so many things.
We'll touch on NBA soon.
Save that playoff race for next week. See how that
yeah, by next week we'll know how things shaping up. Definitely Dallas look out of it. Lakers first time for 500 for the year and looking a bit impressive. Yeah.
Dallas have an outside chance.
Credit to them for that one.
Yeah.
Especially without LeBron in the mix for most of it.
Yeah. So I mean, NBA, why not? But, you know, football and track and field take over the show because champs out there and with.
Oh, and the one other thing I wanted to mention in order to agree with the panel on is that Jamaica football, the Reggae Boyz, the national program, this long ball style of football, I really thought we were over it. As you guys
yeah, but we need ball handlers and creative players.
We know that it don't work. And
we're not picking any genuine midfielders, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, and the one I thought was a genuine midfielder is playing backwards now and is not making the kind of passes that I wanted him to make the team.
Making two-footed tackles in the box.
And making two-footed tackles in the box.
Yeah,
we have the players, the coaches are not selecting them. And
you think we have the players?
We have the players. We have players who can carry the ball.
In the midfield, or if it's just bad strategy. But this long ball football, we need to stop. And it's painful to the eyes to watch, man. Oh gosh, man.
We have Maggie. We have Alex Marshall. These guys can carry
Alex
the ball.
who?
Marshall.
No, as I said, transition from junior to senior. Is a big difference that people underestimate. You can be top level as a junior, but to go into senior ranks, no.
I think that's where the problem is, and that's why I miss Butler not being on the show, because I really wanted to ask.
No, we'll get him.
We get him back, man. I'm not sure what took place, but up to a few minutes ago, we were in touch.
It's the same thing with table tennis.
Yes.
All the sports are crossing.
I wanted to say it when Dale came back, but I'm going to say it now. I think the Table Tennis Association need to be mindful of how they treat senior players, because you have to remember that these are the juniors who are coming up to be seniors as well. And if these juniors are seen Kane not being selected for whatever reason as a senior player, and they are looking on and seeing that, and they're saying, but I'm going to be a senior, is it the same way they're going to deal with me? So you have to be very mindful of how you're handling the senior players, because these juniors are coming up and they are going to look at it and say, if I am being a senior player and I'm going to be treated like this, I don't want to be a part of the sport anymore. I'm going to leave from now.
I don't think
what we can take as a junior and leave.
No, I don't think they're looking at it like that. They would probably leave eventually. To stay in the sport is tough, and not everybody has
you must
the
know what
willingness
you're
to
in
make
it
that
for. You must know what you're in it for, because if you're playing for the prizes and so on, you're in the wrong sport.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time to play for fun. Yeah.
I have to have a natural look for this.
All right, caller, thanks for the call.
All right, Paulton.
All right, guys. That's usual. In a great show. Keep it primal.
Primal is vital. All right, big up.
Football as well. We have these players at the high school level play well, and then reaching up to the senior level, you can't find them anymore. We have a young, that number 7 from Stats, Satchel, Satchel, very talented player. And in my head, I'm like, okay, then we have a Craig Butler who is pushing out players.
Yeah.
What is stopping him from catching these crop of players that we have?
Well, that's not his responsibility, though, you know. Craig Butler runs an academy.
Yeah.
And he have people who come to that academy, and he's looking for talent. And obviously the academy, he's in it for profit, you know. So when Craig get players into this and into that, he obviously is the agent, right? So it have to fit within his structure to make sense to him. He's not here to fix Jamaica football. He's here to fix Phoenix football. Yeah. And he's doing a good job of it, you will agree.
Yep.
And Jamaica then must have several, what's the plural of Phoenix? They must have several Phoenixes, and then have the players develop in that club structure.
Yes, and touch back to the point, even with track and field, the reason why we're seeing people from Magati High, Alphonsus Davis, because they're coaches in and around all of these schools.
Sure.
And they're producing talent and be like, Magati.
But they have some academies, football academies, other than that, you know, there's one up in St. Anne. No, don't? There's one up in Mount Pleasant, and them probably have one in
So I'm saying we need more Craig Butlers, more Phoenix academies.
I agree.
We can't expect the football to get better if it's only Craig Butler and Phoenix Academy doing this.
Well, he's a smart man, because he's taking advantage of his players, but he's not doing an island-wide search.
No, not. So we need replicas of his structure all across the island.
Yeah.
In St. Elizabeth, in Manchester, in Toronto. Somebody that models his philosophy, his structure.
Yes.
Produce players.
In other words, he needs some competition.
He needs
in the field.
Competition always brew. Why is China the best in table tennis?
Competition. Raise the level.
Why is not China the best in football? Because they have it in table tennis.
Yes.
They choose table tennis and produce in table tennis. Why are we so good in track and field? The coaches. So if we want to get better in football, we can't just expect, all right, don't play football player town, football player for JC, football player KC. We need academies all across and people like Craig Butler, people like Steve Francis, because most of these coaches that coming out used to under Steve Francis camp. And then it expand. If you look, we have throwers now, we have hurdlers. So we have one man that, and then now him having competition now. And if they don't mind the competition, I'm still producing what I'm producing. But these athletes produce, we have...
No, man, there are a lot more track clubs now.
A lot more track clubs, elite performance. We have, to name a few.
Everybody have a club now.
Everybody have a club. And they produce athletes, and the athletes go there, go there. And what that produce? High level.
Yeah, it raises the level.
So we can't expect, all right. Young Dujan Richards.
Yeah.
There's another Dujan Richards done by St. Elizabeth. Somewhere. So if they had an academy there, and there's an academy there, 1-1 going to become 2-2, become 3-3. And then you know what they're going to become? Going to create a good problem, whereas But there are 50 good players or 50 discharges, but you can't pick on. But that problem is who commit the most and who sacrifice the most and reach that level, which the reward going to be greater because football is a world sport. You get contracts. Look at the contract him signed now, which can be a bright future for him.
Of course.
So who sacrifice the most and make a future out of it? It is right there. So we need more academies. We need more correct butters. Competition good for people.
I agree.
Yeah. We have the players here. For some reason, we're not selecting them.
I don't like the system we have in Jamaica. There's a division in the thing, you see, where we're talking about the foreign-based players and we only use a local team, we use the local-based players, and I think the whole thing wrong.
And even when selecting the foreign-based players, they're not selecting based on a structure of movement from defense to midfield to forward. Selecting based on the long ball concept.
Well, because they don't know each other. I don't think they know one another, you know.
No.
I don't think they know one another. Especially this group of guys who came in, it was probably 80% foreign-based players coming in to go play against Mexico. They don't know each other. They probably know one another's names. But how they play, they don't know. And that's why I'm saying to you that our boy was playing in a bubble by himself. I see Butler get the ball, take it to them, take it to them. I'm sorry. Take it to them. And then there's, what is he doing? I didn't see the connection, the cohesion. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it from the Trinidad game. Say that they
and yet,
a bunch of
but let me ask you, when Trinidad was going forward, down in St. Catherine Hall and at the stadium, they look good.
Yeah.
You will admit. You understand what I said? Trinidad looked good to me.
They look more organized.
Yes, they looked organized. A man get the ball, man to the right, man to the left. You know, that's normal football.
Even with Omar Hutchinson not even making the Mexico team.
He's the guy with the blonde hair?
Yeah.
Oh yes, him.
That
guy has good ideas of where to go in to get the ball. He play more balls than everybody else when he's on the field, you know. He just don't make good decisions.
That was what is lacking with Jamaica football now. They're playing, even though they're playing the long ball, but at the crucial point, the decision making is just totally off.
Yeah.
The final third, they don't know whether they want to shoot, pass.
But many times, we sit back and defend and we get a turnover, we get a fast break, and then guess what we do? Fast break and come back, it was so frustrating to watch.
They just didn't, the final fit of the puzzle would have been Dujan, because
I think so.
Takes the ball one way.
I think so.
One direction. I want to go to goal.
Yes.
You will look sideways and look, but at the end of the day, are going.
It reminds me of when Onandelo and Walter Boyd were playing for Jamaica. Them goal bound. Once them get the ball, them are head towards the goal. That don't exist anymore.
I want to play tiki-taki.
Down the flank. Down the flank. And square. Cut team.
And to me, in modern football, you're not going to pass too much people at that pace. You know, you have to pass people with pace.
You're no longer playing to our strengths. Our strength is speed. And
supposed to be speed.
I think that football advanced to the point now where you have to be able can retain the ball and pass the ball in short spaces. You can't look for boot the ball up. As you say, you watch Man City this morning, and I see
that was a dream
game. I see De Bruyne get the ball, and just pass it Grealish. And Grealish, De Bruyne make the run and then just pass it, give De Bruyne.
But also,
and then Grealish just make the run in the space.
You have to admit the passes smooth on the ground. That field was very nice.
Even when Grealish scored that goal, I'm gonna see him slide. I was saying that. You try to slide that up a jump.
I tell you guys that all the while.
Score a
goal, you can just run and just drop on the ground and just kick it.
Slide to the ball and kick it in.
Do that in Jamaica.
Oh no.
You'd have bloody knees.
Because him just run in the space. And De Bruyne puts it on a platter and just slide and just and tuck it in.
It's good.
But as I said, for me, with Haaland in City's team, Haaland is more of a target man. And I've been watching how Pep coaches. He doesn't normally coach a team that has a number 9. He always has a false 9 system. So his front line is always moving around. With Haaland, he's a target man, so he's definitely a number 9.
Really good because Alan plays at anything in the back. To the head, to the foot. Yeah.
When you take him out, of that team, you see a Pep.
It looked more like a system. I agree. I know. I see what you're saying. It looks like a system when Haaland not there. But in truth, Alan is a machine. Anything go towards the era, Alan converts to a goal.
Win matches.
City won the title last year without a number 9.
And Haaland is a blessing to Man City.
Alan said, City didn't buy me to win the league. They already won that. City buy me to win the Champions League.
Yes.
So, with that being said, will they get the Champions League? Plus, as I said, City might not win. City might not win a title this year and play incredible football.
They might win the most important one of all.
Champions League.
Yes. For me, it's the most important of all.
Of course, they want it. I'm sorry the citizen didn't call in this week. Next week I'll try to get them calling.
But you have this pedigree team and you have this Champions League hungry team in Real Madrid who simply don't know when to give up.
Bayern Munich and Man City is a mouth-watering tie.
Guys, I want to mention one sport that I didn't get to mention in commentary. I think it's next weekend. There will be a rematch. Actually, they say rematch number 2, but it's actually rematch number 3.
Yep.
Israel Adesanya is going to try to get
Adesanya
to turn one against Alex Pereira. But don't want to say it too early, but my money is on Pereira to knock him out again. Normally in fighting, when fights are going to plan, that's all good and well. But when you face a man with knockout power, all of a sudden the fight plans go through the window. And I feel that Pereira is going to knock him out again. Pereira is susceptible to the takedown, but he's gotten better over time. And so I can't see Israel taking him down. Can't see Israel taking him down and surely not holding him down. And I think Pereira is going to connect at some point.
And that fight is next week, you say?
It's next weekend. And therefore my money. And people vex with me because I made one mistake in 90 predictions. Oh Lord. But this time I'm telling you that Pereira will get him again.
So next week we'll have a champs roundup.
An
NBA roundup. I mean, we'll talk more on football because
still believe Mavericks are outside.
No, Mavericks out of it. Mavericks can't lose those 2 matches to Charlotte Hornets and still have a chance. But next week we'll have a full breakdown of boys and girls championships. We'll try to get...
Wasn't it a big race between Shelly and Shakari? Wasn't there supposed to be a sprint off last week?
They're not running in the same race. They're in the same meet, but they're not running in the same race.
What is that, a time trial? Why they might have an A pool and a B pool?
No, I think they're in 2 different events.
Oh.
I think they're in 2 different events.
But isn't it the same AF who put out that they were running against each other? I'm sure I saw it.
I probably have some publicity stunt following it up. Shakari just want to be in the mix.
Shakari not a big runner, so I don't know what they're looking for.
There's one to be in the mix, but hopefully, probably we'll try and get a track and field analyst next week too.
We can get one,
Get one to break down champs and round up of champs, the outstanding performances. Next week, we'll probably have the return of the prodigal Dale Parham back in studio. I mean, that's if he chooses to come back from down in Guyana, I know.
Yeah, might have pick up a contract down there.
Yeah, might pick up a contract.
He might be calling us from Primal Guyana.
Yeah, Primal. We might have in studio Primal Guyana because, he's down there getting some oil, Yeah, because life is good in Guyana here. He's chilling somewhere in Guyana. So next week we'll have that roundup of champs. Dale Parham back in studio. I mean, NBA roundup, more football. Football never stops. Football can't done. Back from international break where we see Messi scoring a host of goals. Ronaldo scoring a host of goals. I mean, Belgium playing well, France playing well. A lot of things in international break, but we're back now to club football. And
I made that comment and I said, at the rate Messi going now, I think he's going to break that record, international goals record.
He's just enjoying football. I think that
2 years younger than Ronaldo.
1 year.
2 years.
85 to 87. 1985 97.
Yeah.
2 years, 2 years.
18 months.
Okay.
18 months. Yeah, February to June. Yeah.
Okay, I
scouting, but I think Messi will play next World Cup.
No chance.
I'm telling you what I think. I mean, I'm hoping, but from now on out, Messi is just cruising and
yes,
it will be more of a marketing tool
against lesser opposition, Luxembourg and all those things. And if you can get Messi to play against Jamaica and Curacao and Trinidad and all these teams.
Bug teams.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Straight up.
Yes.
You know what time that record breaking.
You see him catch Curacao there. Hat trick. First half. Come off the field. Yeah, so
I believe that he's.
He can play some Jamaica again, play Jamaica again.
Yeah.
He'll be starstruck and get jerseys and sign.
We
in the
were
middle of the match.
In
the middle of the match, you'll be like,
people helping to pick up the man. When him drop, Jamaicans every 2 or 3 people.
Imagine you see Al Damien Lowe take a penalty and pocket make the match. Silence, but yeah.
Fighting over the man's shirt after the match.
I think he's going to break it. 100 to 122. 22.
We'll see. But I know, we have come to the end of the show. We have to big up the listeners on Fit FM 96.7, out of Chilani, Facebook, the Primal 4K app, YouTube, all over the world. I want to give you thanks. Without you, the show couldn't happen. Primal is vital, and we're glad we can help break down sports for you, because sports is what we do and sports is our thing. Up next is DJ Gaddafi, and from this Primal Sports X, one love, and see you next week, same time,
Peace out.
3 o'clock to 4:30. Peace out. One love.